everybody, welcome back to Boat Fools Sailing. Thanks for tuning in last week and thanks for watching this week. We're on a really special boat this week, and Canadian Ken's back this week. He left me hanging last week, which was difficult to film without you, Ken.
I know. Well, you know, when you get deported, you have to find a way to get back into the States. So.
Right. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad they let you back across.
All good, all good. Yeah.
And I missed you sniping at me, as I mentioned in the other video. But in any event, we're down below on a 1987 Island Packet 38, and this is a beauty. We have never been on one, and
no, I've never seen a layout like this, and I think it's fantastic the way it's set up. So I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah, it's really special. And what's even more special about this boat is that her list price is $65,000, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But suffice to say, it's priced to sell, and we're really excited to show you this boat because it's really amazing.
This has been to the Bahamas back and forth a few times. I mean, these owners are real sailors. They outfitted this thing, worked on it, upgraded. We'll get to all that as well.
Yeah, we've got a whole list here, which we'll definitely include that in the description below. But suffice to say, he's a mechanical engineer by trade, so he's done a ton of stuff to this boat, and we'll get to that in a minute. But let's go take a look.
I can't wait. This is so cool. This is such a great layout.
Cool. Yep. All right, let's go. All right, Kenneth, here we go. So we're in the main salon here, and this boat is mammoth. You've got handle grips everywhere, which is fantastic, but the beam on this boat is nearly 13 feet at 12.67. Draft of 5 feet, length overall of 38, length on water of 33, and she is, I think, 21,000 pounds. So she's a big, heavy boat. So if you're looking for a boat to race, this is not it. Looking for a boat to cruise, this is it. So this is a Bob Johnson design. This is hull number 87, I think we mentioned. So the second year of production for this boat, right? And the interior of this boat has been redone by the current owners. All been taken apart and revarnished. However, the sole floor does, here it is, I said it again.
Yeah,
the cabin sole does have some moisture damage, and they have tried to fix it. They don't know what's going on. But the point is, the rest of it is beautiful.
Oh, it's mint.
It's mint. Yeah. It's literally mint, and it is so spacious down here. The Morgan's 38 is 38 feet, and this seems like it's twice the size, just down here.
Just the beam, yeah.
Just the beam. Headroom is fantastic. It's got to be at least 6'2", 6'3". All 6 hatches have been replaced on this boat, and so they're all new. It's unbelievable.
Lots of nice light down here as well.
Lots of nice light, and it's a cloudy day, believe it or not, up here in Maine. But the storage on this boat is phenomenal. We're not going to go through all of it, but it is everywhere. Behind the cushions, this pulls out into a double, and then you've got another settee over on starboard. Again, more storage everywhere. So these boats were made for long passages. She holds, I think, 150 gallons of water and something like, I forget the diesel, but I think it's, I want to say around 50 gallons or so. Yeah. Drop leaf table that you saw in the opening, this comes down and sets up your dining area here. It's really spectacular.
Yeah, it can even fold out so you can, easily sit 4 around for dinner.
Right, yeah, it's got extra legs so you can drop another leaf and have everyone sitting around here. It's incredible. Nice little nav station here. Here's your control panel.
Well, I like the nav station that it faces the cockpit, which is really nice. So you can have someone navigating and then have good communication outside.
Hey, Ken, look out for the rocks. Like, I'm always yelling at you, but you can never hear me because I'm facing forward. So now that I'm facing aft, you would hear me. So, nice nav station. I mean, look at this. And talk about neat and tidy. Everything's good.
Yeah. I love it.
Ours is like a yard sale on a ski slope when you wipe out. There's just stuff everywhere. Now, the galley. This is really cool. Double sink and gimbaled propane stove. The propane locker is just outside here.
It's right here, I believe.
Oh, right here. Sorry. Yeah. And it's got it's drained properly and all that good stuff. Another nice feature on this boat is that she's got an ice chest with refrigeration. Now look at the size of that.
That is. If you're going long distance, that is great.
Yep. And lots of room for dry storage around here. And because it's open right now, you might as well take a look at it, Ken.
Yeah, so you got 3 points of access to this engine. So I'll show you this one side here. So you can get to everything here. We may not even pull out the
companion one,
just because I'll show you the other side as well. But
look how clean that is.
And I think he said he did a new transmission at one point.
Yeah, and then in 2022 or 2023, the transmission was rebuilt. Yeah. Engine hours are a little bit higher, they're around 4,200. But as you can see, this Yanmar has been beautifully maintained. Yeah. And so I reckon you've got another 4,000 hours on that.
Absolutely.
The way that seems to be maintained. And again, like you said, Ken, there's more access over here, which I'll let you see.
Yeah.
But you have this mammoth
This is the nice
half
setup.
cabin quarter berth here.
It's fantastic. Got the huge quarter berth and its own bathroom that you can access either from here or both ways.
Yep, it's got 2 doors. So you can be en suite if you want.
That's a new head. I believe both the heads have been replaced.
You just gave away the fact that there are 2 heads, Ken. Yeah, there are 2 heads on this boat. Both the heads have been replaced, as Ken just said. But you've got 1, 2, 3 opening ports in here. 1, 2, and a hatch. I mean,
Wow. So lots of good ventilation because you're down in the Bahamas. You've got to have that nice ventilation.
exactly. Well, come in here, Ken, and take a look
Yeah.
at that engine access on the other side.
So look at the size of this. It's huge, and it's got the little
Filler
piece here. But as we come in here, you can see engine access on this side as well. So look, you can get to everything here, and we haven't even pulled out the companionway ladder. So.
Unbelievable.
And he said he's replaced all the hoses. You can tell they look really new, good shape.
All the hoses in this
Yep.
boat, including the plumbing, have been redone, and all the lines, everything. And it also has a dripless shaft seal, which is new. And
That's new as well.
a
Yeah.
new, well, we'll get to that when we get down below, but cutlass bearing is also new. But I really like this because you come down the companionway, and if you're wet,
Yeah. Right there,
drips
drains
right into
out
there into a drain.
Yeah, so you've got the harder and then just the sole on the front portion of the boat. But
right, you've got the fiberglass here, and then wood forward. And as you mentioned, Ken, the head is new. I mean,
yeah, this is a really nice layout. I really like this layout.
yeah. Should we go up into the V-berth?
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. Again, storage everywhere. You've got a Bluetooth stereo.
Yeah, that's new. That's nice.
Nice flush-mounted, almost flush-mounted speakers.
Yeah, and here I guess TV you can set up here. It just
Yep.
Velcros on and connects there. So they say they can come down and watch a movie at night, and it's fantastic.
It's crazy. And then,
And here is the pièce de résistance.
a piece de resistance. Look at this. This is nuts. It's got a custom mattress, by the way.
Yeah, that's a very cool
And what's
feature.
actually really neat about this mattress is it folds in half. It's made with a crease in the middle, so you can fold it in half and get to even more storage.
So much storage here. Fantastic.
It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's a great idea. I mean, that's almost a queen size bed back here. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really incredible.
The owners did say this is they prefer to sleep up here and save the quarter berth for guests.
Yeah, I could see that set up as well.
But look how much room.
I
is
know,
up
and the
here.
headroom in here, and again the lights in here, and there's
1,
some
2,
other
4.
solar vents going on here. There's a few.
Okay.
I mean, here's one that I got going here. You can see.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's another one in front of you.
Yep.
And then what's ahead of you there?
Did you say head? Another head. Look at this.
So look at that, another head.
Well, everyone likes to know what it sounds like when I'm in the head. So here you go.
All right. Well, and the doors close nicely, which is always a good feature too.
You know, this would be a great place to like get away from everybody on your boat. Just come up here.
And it's so rare that I've seen a head up in the bow.
I know.
I know, but it makes this so private up here. So and
it's all
great
on-
for a liveaboard too. This would be fantastic.
Unbelievable. It's en suite. And here's your
Oh my
anchor
God.
locker.
You could
right
have
here.
10,000 feet of road and chain in there.
1,000. Yeah, you could.
And that chain plate looks okay.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
She has a cutter rig,
Cutter rig, yep.
and that is your cutter.
And then you
chain
can
plate.
see the windlass engine up there as well.
Yep. So, it's a brand new windlass, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Okay. Here, I'll switch
But,
with
yeah,
you.
I'll switch it. But
Yeah.
that's a nice head.
So yeah, I like that. So it got the new head on the one side, a mirror, don't want to see myself, and then the sink on this side, and these are both in both cases these are showers. Those are
Oh, I didn't even see that. So
yeah,
there's a shower.
so showers here, yeah, and both. And look at this, lots of room. There's the drain,
Yep.
and coming back again, tons of storage.
Everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere. And all the, that's a cedar locker in there too. That's nice.
Wow, that's nice. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
There you go. No moths there.
Yeah, and you'll smell.
Fantastic. Just again, look at the size of this bed up here. The berth.
Can you hear me from all the way up there, Ken?
I can. Barely though.
We could play football in here.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
There's the mast coming through there, and so nicely pocketed in there, so it's not in your way in the main salon area.
Yeah, you don't see it. It's all all the wood in here, with the
Yeah.
exclusion
That's
of the
the one
cabin
little
sole.
area.
This
Yep.
little area.
Yep.
It's mint.
Mint. Beautiful.
Okay, so we're going to address the elephant in the room.
Oh, you mean the chain plates?
I meant the chain plates.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back, Ken. I'm gonna call whatever it is and get you sent back to
Exactly.
Canada. God darn it. Yeah, we're gonna address the chain plate issue. Obviously, she's an island packet, and all of the early models before, I think, the mid-90s, used a stainless steel that was subject to corrosion and cracking and hairline cracks and failure. But very few number of chain plates have actually failed, and the mast has fallen down on these boats. So
owner's confident. He's like, not a problem.
Yeah.
But still,
if you're going to do any blue water cruising, you should probably address the issue. And we spoke with Mac Marine this morning, in fact, about the chain plate issue. And they say that if you're a competent DIY person, it is entirely possible to do this on your own. If not, you can have a competent marina do it, or bring it down to Stort, Florida, where Mac Marine is. But to buy the kit, it's about $3,500. And then to have it done by Mac Marine, I think it was 140 work hours.
Yeah.
They didn't give us an exact quote, but you can count on it being a $10,000 to $15,000 job, which is precisely why this boat is priced the way it is.
Exactly.
At $65,000. The next least expensive island packet 38 out there is around $80,000, and they run right up to about $157,000. You know, it's priced to sell. It's priced recognizing that the chain plates have not been done, but it's not the end of the world.
Right, and it's only, I believe, the chain plates on the port and starboard. But the one we looked up in the bow looked fine, and there's one in the rear that you may want to take a look at.
Actually, too, it's a split backstay. So
yeah.
you would have to do those, but those are a little bit easier accessible than the ones on port and starboard. But the point is, it's not the end of the world, and this boat is worth the investment because it would give you peace of mind if you did it.
20 years plus.
25 years, right, exactly.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, just go sail it. And then figure out when and where you're going to do the chain plate situation, if you're going to do it at all.
So it can be done, and like you were saying, Mac Marine, they do these. They have kits, they have support if you want to do it.
Good point.
They'll call you up. They'll let you through. They say only charge you maybe a couple $100 for their consultation.
For their consultation, right. And they've got pictures and all the information you need to do it, including replacement wood. If you damage any of your down below woodwork, they have replacement pieces for all that. You just pop the bungs, pull the woodwork out, and you got to find the chain plates. But they've got all the instructions. So I think if you're looking at this boat being, oh my God, it's an IP, it's got chain plates that are going to fail. These people have been down in Bahamas and back several times. They haven't failed. That doesn't mean that aren't issues, but they can be addressed at some point. All right, so let's keep moving because I love everything about this boat.
Fantastic. I mean, and if that's the only thing, I mean, any boat can have that issue, really. Having external chain plates is sort of a nice thing.
Yes.
Because you can keep an eye on them. These are sort of buried in the wall and I think covered with the fiberglass, so that may have caused some of those issues.
That's it. It traps moisture and there's no oxygen. And so that's when the issues start to happen. And so people have modified these to put the chain plates on the exterior, but I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd have to do that. If you do it once, you're good.
Right, exactly. So you're right. Chain plates on all boats do fail or need to be replaced at some point. So it's not unique to IP.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to turn the camera off. Are you done speaking?
I am done.
All right, here we go.
Let's do the... Hey Trish, check this out. So this is nice. The feature in the sole, these little things pop right out, so you can easily access.
Holy cow.
And so I think what we've got here is...
Looks like your fuel tank.
Fuel tank, or tanks.
Yeah, tanks. Holy cow.
And dry build, really dry down there. Yep. That's great. So I love the access to everything here, including the engine, and then you'll see the gas locker up there. It's so well thought out.
And what I keep coming back to is how clean everything is on this boat. Obviously, these people cared about it, and we confirmed that she holds about 57 gallons of diesel. Yeah, so that's a lot of diesel for cruising. That's
and there are other hatches out throughout the floor here, too.
Yep. So all these must pop up. That's very cool. Nice fun.
All right. We're up on top.
Yeah, Ken, look at the size of this cockpit. I mean, our cockpit is big on the Morgan, but this is mammoth.
Yes.
It's absolutely mammoth. And I can imagine just having friends over for cocktails or dinner and having plenty of space up here. And it's got a nice folding table here.
Yep.
And here's your helm station. It's definitely a smaller wheel than I'm used to, but it does the trick. And when you guys all see the rudder, you'll see that it's a massive rudder. But what's neat about this, Ken, is that it's a gear drive for the steering. It's not a typical quadrant with chain and wire. So this is nice. It's
it's solid.
It's solid, and it's just really kind of neat to look at.
Locked in.
Yeah, it might be locked in. And then it does have auto helm, which is chain driven. So apparently it works flawlessly. So
That's nice.
I love this.
It's
and nice
huge.
high combing.
Yep.
They've let the teak go natural, so if you're not a fan of that, you could just get some Epiphanis and do it right up.
I don't mind it at all, actually, really.
Yeah, but I want to show you something that's pretty amazing. And not only is this an athletic move I just made getting out of there, but check out the size of this lazarette.
Hello, hello.
It's like the Grand Canyon in there.
That's huge.
Yeah. You could put definitely a couple bodies in there.
Couple bodies in there anyway.
So
I notice it has ship-to-shore power over here.
Yep.
And it's got a little outdoor shower.
Deck shower.
Deck shower. It's
Your
got some
gusher pump.
Gusher pump there.
Your engine controls. Your meters are over there, and your shifter. It's all one shifter and throttle in one.
One down there.
Yep.
It's got some electronics.
Yeah, and then you've got more storage under here.
There.
All of these lockers have drains.
I like this little feature.
This, you know what's funny, on that Tartan 34C I did, it also had something similar to this, but here is your ice chest for up...
For your beer.
Or your ginger ale if you are prone to seasickness, whichever.
No, beer.
Beer. Big primary self-tailing winches.
Our winches, yeah.
I just kind of want to go, it's got two CQR anchors, a 45-pounder, a 35-pounder, auto helm chain drive, we mentioned that, Fruno radar, Garmin chart plotter. I have a problem saying that.
Yeah,
Garmin chart plotter. There we go. Flat screen TV.
Yeah.
Depth sounder, life sling. Alternator is they got spare inventory. Alternator, starter, all pump impellers, fuel filters, oil filters, and alternator.
Wow.
All that stuff comes with
And
it.
then the wind.
It's got a super wind generator.
A wind generator.
I mean, honestly,
fantastic. Yeah. So this is cruise. It's meant for cruising.
it has cruise too.
I
which
like
it's
it.
improving,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. I love all these hatches. I mean, okay, you can more hatches, more potential leaking, but the light down there is great. They're all brand new. So
all brand new hatches. And look at this
fantastic.
bridge deck.
Yep. Nice big bridge deck.
And look how wide this companionway is, Ken. Here's an opportunity for you to say something mean, but I can easily fit down here.
I won't do it.
This winch here and this winch here are for your staysail situation. But let's look at these side decks.
Yeah. And there's that little gas locker, which I think that's a unique feature. Usually they seem to be always in the stern, but
this is kind of neat.
Pop right up. It's right where you want your gas to be because your stove is right there.
Again, clean like everything else. And this is properly drained, so it's all compliant.
Yes, exactly. The fumes.
In the fumes, so...
Yeah, I like the big deck. Me and the toe stubbers I've always really liked.
Hand grips?
This has a big Dodger, apparently.
Yes.
That you could put on with the
$7,000
Dodger.
Yeah.
And with the Crikey's handles on them.
The Oshite handle on the back.
Yep.
And here are your...
Yes, so here are the...
shrouds.
Yep.
And your chain plates, the tops of them anyway.
3 on each side for the chain plates.
Yep. Single
you get
spreader mast.
to repair from the interior, I imagine, right?
Yeah, you've got to dig in and get them.
Yeah.
But you can see why some people might opt just to go to the outside.
Yeah, I could see that now, actually.
Yeah, it actually kind of makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
So self-tacking boom on that.
Look at that.
Staysail.
You're going to go up there, Tris? You got to do it.
Holy mackerel.
Look at these big... Wow. That's it.
I mean, imagine someone prettier than me up here, looking back on the boat and seeing this out at sea, underway, filming from up here. This is really neat. And by the way, both of your head sails are roller furling.
Oh, both are roller furling, which you don't usually see on that secondary. So that's
You're right.
nice.
And there's your new windlass.
New windlass right there. Fantastic.
Lumar windlass. Do you want to go out there, Ken? Because it's kind of nice. I gotta say.
Yeah, sort of going out on a balcony.
It is.
Yeah, look at that. I might tip the boat forward, so I don't want to go out too far.
If it didn't do it for me, it won't do it for
I
you.
think you're good.
You're like a featherweight.
No, this is great. Look at that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, and again, we'll see down below with the full keel. This thing is so sturdy. It's going to go beautifully in the water.
Yeah. Dual tracks on your foils, both foils,
both
actually.
foils,
That's nice.
What is the comfort ratio on this guy?
It's over 30, I believe.
I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll double check, but there's one of those solar vents Ken was
Yeah, there are a
talking
couple
about.
there. Yeah, so you got nice light and ventilation, which is key, especially when if they take it down, to the islands.
Yeah.
You've got to have that.
Everything feels very solid on this boat. Oh,
Yep.
by the way, that's an interesting point. These decks are not cored with balsa wood. They're cored with polycore, which apparently doesn't absorb moisture. There have been reported issues here and there, but by and large, no delamination like you would with a balsa cord deck.
Yeah.
So the hull itself is solid fiberglass and could probably break most things out on the water that you hit because it's so solid.
Is that unique to the Island Packet? Was that a sort of proprietary?
Yes, it was. Yeah, they sort of started, and I don't understand why every manufacturer doesn't use it.
Absolutely. The traveler up here, everything leads back to the cockpit.
Thank you for mentioning that, Ken. Yeah, everything leads back to the cockpit, so you can hoist your main from here and run everything from right back here. And I mean, it's just so clean.
I love it.
Yeah.
If this was in our fleet, everyone would be on this boat for dinner, not our boat.
That would actually be nice. I'm sick of people coming over our boat. I want to go on someone else's boat and mess it up. I'm always cleaning up crumbs and stains and everything else. And, so it's time for someone else to buy this boat and come sail with us so we can come sit on your boat for dinner. But the spars are in, the spar is in, and it's got a full complement of sails. It's got
the radar. Yeah.
Oops. I think they bought a refurbished Genoa. It has a new staysail, and the main is a little bit older. But
still,
hey,
all working condition though.
All working condition. I absolutely am blown away by the space on this boat. The split backstay is wonderful, so if you're sitting at the helm station, you're not cranking your head into it.
Yep.
There is a fixture for
way
transom
up
hung
too.
ladder.
I mean, my goodness, ours splits about 8 feet above over our heads.
There you're right. This runs the distance split.
The distance.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's split from very top to bottom, so that's nice.
I mean, it's impressive. I like it a lot.
Should we check out down?
Yeah, let's go down on the hard and check out the keel.
All right.
More cool things to see down there.
Nice little boat yard here up in Stockton Springs that they own, I believe. The owners own.
Oh, that's right. We forgot to mention, we're in Stockton Springs, Maine.
Yeah.
They have a yurt campsite here.
Oh, yeah.
Which we'll put a link in the description.
Do a little glamping.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go down.
All right, check it out.
All right, Ken, here we are up at the pulpit and your bowsprit. And what's nice about the Island Packet is it's integrated into the fiberglass. So it's not something that's going to just snap off. And you got dual rollers up there for those big CQR anchors you have, which is great. Nice bobstay here. And the bottom paint is fresh.
Yep.
As of it looks like maybe a day or two ago. She could use a little cleaning on the hull, and your boot stripe could be gussied up a little bit. But here's your full keel that runs basically from stem to stern, and
5 feet.
5 foot draft. Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's amazing. And you will notice that the boat was painted at some point, and it was still painted the Island Packet beige. But she's going to need a paint job at some point. But it's cosmetic, and that can all be redone at some point. But it's mammoth. It's a big boat. It's everything about it just reeks of solid.
Yeah, very substantial. So this is interesting, the way this setup. This is pretty new too, I believe.
This rudder was sent back to Island Packet and redone at Island Packet. So this is basically new. And it's left white for the winter per the owner because if there's any sort of moisture that gets into any of these rudders, which is pretty common for all boats, if it's painted in the wintertime, they heat up in the sun and it can cause that expanding and contracting, which can cause problems from the inside, the delamination. So he leaves it white over the winter, which I've never seen, which is
but it makes
probably
sense.
A good idea.
I thought it was to keep the orcas away, but I wasn't sure.
I don't know. Now it looks kind of like a big white wafer, right? Like you might just want to rip that off. But as we mentioned,
huge prop.
Huge prop, new prop shaft.
New prop shaft.
And new cutlass bearing, which I think we mentioned earlier. But so all of that is new.
Yeah.
And the rudder's new. It's just, there's some cosmetic issues and you got the chain plate issues. That's why she's priced the way she is. But it's just, you can see how this would be comfortable at sea.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to reiterate this because people are going to be like, oh, they're slow and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's not meant to get there and get you there fast. It's meant to get you there alive. So it's meant to be a big, safe boat, and that's exactly what she is. And at that price, I think you could invest a little more in the chain plate situation and maybe get her painted, and you would still be where the market is on these boats, which is anywhere from 80 to 157,000.
Yeah, good looking boat. I think the layout down below is fantastic. It's so comfortable. I could imagine cruising on this for sure. Not an issue.
I think it's a very handsome boat and purpose built, right?
Yes.
It's purpose built, and its purpose is to get you there comfortably and in one piece. I love the cutter layout on your sail configuration.
Yeah.
I think it's just great. I love it.
This is a beautiful boat.
All right, well, let's wrap it up. What do you say?
Yeah, good. That was a good one there.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right, Kenneth, well, what did you think?
I think it's a great boat. If you're going to cruise, this is a great boat to cruise in. And like I say, I always look at it an architectural angle, and the layout, I've never seen one like this, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So you could have your privacy up in the bow and your own suite, and then guests in the back, or however you want to use it. I think it has so much potential.
I couldn't agree with you more. And we understand that she's not perfect, and we understand that she's priced to sell because of that. And one thing of note is that storage is paid for the winter here in Stockton Springs, Maine. And the owners we've met, and they just couldn't be more sincere and nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They'll point out anything that, they're honest about it, and so that's really been really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've owned it since 2007, so they've owned it for 17 years now. That's a long haul.
Long haul.
And they've done a ton of ocean cruising with her down in the Bahamas and back. And we think at that price point, or best reasonable offer, that you could get yourself a smoking opportunity here. And I've sort of, to be honest, I've never been a huge fan of the Island Packets, and I don't know why. I think maybe it's because my pedigree was racing more, and so I never really gave them a second look. But having seen this and having been on it, I get it now. I get why there's a cult-like following for these boats, and there's a huge support network out there for them.
That's true too. That's nice to have on any of these kind of boats.
Absolutely. So I have to say that this is every bit, to me, as compelling as that Cabo Rico.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
In fact, more room on this.
Yeah, more room, and I really like the layout even better on this.
I would agree with that. So if you haven't seen that video, you should check out the Cabo Rico 38. But I think this, hands down, is a much more user-friendly boat in terms of, like you say, the functionality, the layout, and everything. Anyway. We're going to put the seller's contact information below, and we're going to put all the things we didn't mention about this boat below in the description, so all the upgrades are going to be there so you can check it out. So thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share, and we really appreciate your support. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, get out and sail.
Get out and sail. Get busy sailing, get busy trying, as we like to say.